Hey garden friends, happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And if you're not, I hope that this video brings a smile to your face. Little succulent therapy, as I like to call it. So today I'll be making a round hypertufa succulent arrangement, and I've got all these goodies here. And this pot is looking pretty good. I think so. It's got some chips here, because this was the time where I was experimenting with my hypertufa, and I put sand in the mix and it chipped away because it's pretty fragile, and I made it like 4 or 5 years ago. But hey, it's still intact, and I'll use it until it falls apart basically. But I'll show you the plants that I have for this arrangement. I have a beautiful Aeonium Fiesta. Look at that. Fiesta, Fiesta. I always think of that. I think it's an R. Kelly song whenever I see this Aeonium. But look at this. This is the plant that's going to add that pop of color to this arrangement. Because, I mean, look at the petals. So it starts off, the new growth starts off as that like lime green. And then as they get more sun, because they love the sun, Aeoniums love the sun, it starts to turn all these fun colors. Isn't that an awesome plant? I absolutely love it. I also have Echeveria Violet Queen, but this one's an interesting Violet Queen. This one is mutated. So plant mutation is basically when a plant doesn't grow the way it should. So it's like an abnormal growth, but you know, they're the weirdos. And I'll show you how a normal Violet Queen looks. So this is the same plant, but it's grown normal. You know, quote unquote normal. And this one's mutated, and you can see the difference. So you can see that these leaves are long, wide, and the leaves here, they've kind of grown, they're still long, but they're not as wide. They've got a different color to them, and they're kind of like, they're not smooth. They're kind of bumpy. It's just a little weird one. And I thought that I would add a little uniqueness to this arrangement with this succulent here. And if you've never heard of plant mutation, just look it up. It's super cool how some plants don't grow the normal way. They're kind of like the misfits of nature. Love it. I have here a little cluster of Senecio string of pearls. And this one's a little beat up. You can see how the little beads here, they've gotten direct sunlight. So when you give string of pearls direct sunlight, that's what happens to them. They dry up, they burn. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to pluck those little ones out, and it'll be fine. It'll recover just fine. But of course, I won't give it direct sun. I accidentally put that pot in sun and it was starting to burn, but I saved it in time, I think. This one here is an Echeveria Purple Pearl. Look at it. Oh, so pretty. Doesn't it scream like spring? That pastel pink with that like kind of like silver color, like that undertone silver color. Oh, I just love it. Such a pretty plant. Echeveria Purple Pearl. And I have 2 clusters of, this is sedum, and it's a sedum minor. So always, they're little miniature plants. Not all of them are this small. Not all sedums are tiny, but this one definitely is. It's one of those. And when they get some sun, just some sun, not a lot of sun, they turn purple. Such a fun plant to have in your succulent garden. So I'll get started by filling up this pot with some succulent soil all the way to the top. It's such a beautiful day. It's a perfect day. I might say that in every video, but I think every day is perfect, right? As long as we're alive, right? What is there to complain about? I'm not a complainer, not that type of person. I just try to keep it positive, you know, keep on swimming, as they say. Okay, so now that I've filled up my planter here with succulent soil, I really don't know how this is all going to turn out, but I'll start with the Senecio string of pearls. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kind of take it apart very gently here, and I'm gonna take those little beads that are badly burned, only the ones that are like super shriveled up. I'm going to just pluck those out, just cleaning this little cluster a little. And this is the bad cluster here. Look at that. Ooh, that's horrible. Here, it won't focus here, but look at that. Oh man. Hey, it happens. It really does. I'm gonna just get those out of the way. See a little more here. Okay, I think that's good. That's good. And let's see. All right. See, it wasn't that many. Not gonna give up on it that fast. No. I mean, if your succulents have burned a little, you can always save them. They recover. They just need some TLC, right? Like we all do. So I'm gonna bring back my pot here, and I'll start with the string of pearls like I said, and I'll probably start in the back here. And my well, I'm gonna make it very shallow, okay? And I'm gonna grab these pearls here. They're kind of hard. When you take them apart like this, it's kind of hard to kind of get them into a little bundle again. That's why you gotta try your best to not take them apart like this. So I'm gonna rest the little roots there. Make sure that they're all in there, and just cover them. Just like that. And I'm gonna kind of lay this little strip down on the soil so the roots can start growing down. They can bury themselves because the roots come from like the stem here. They start coming out like that. So I want to lay the bottom of the stem as best as I can on top of that soil so they'll root a little faster. Just a little faster. And I still have a little more, so I'm going to get these together. So I'm bringing the roots together just like this. Okay. Getting a little more. And I'm kind of just like making the cluster again. Getting those roots. There we go. And I've got a big cluster here. So I'll make another well here. Lay the roots down into that well. Cover them up. All right, perfect. And fill that space right there. And with my knitting needle, if I see any roots poking up, I'll do my best to bury them under the soil there. See another one right there. All right, so that's good. And I'll lay my little stems on the soil like I talked about right there. And I'll do another little well here. And that's where I'll put the rest of my string of pearls. This one's going to be a little easier, I think. Okay, so I'm grabbing onto the roots there. Okay. Kind of just lay them like that. There we go. It would have been much easier if I wouldn't have like taken it apart, but it's okay. Still plant them in there, and I'm going to grab some soil. I'm going to cover that little root ball right there. And I'm going to try to cover that hole there so it won't be like a sore eye. Perfect. Okay, not bad. That took a little time, but it's okay. It relaxes me. Like I said, plant therapy. It works, definitely. Okay, and then I'll go for my weirdo, my mutated little baby here, my violet queen. Make a little well. Lay that little baby there. And just so the leaves can fall right on top of the soil, I kind of hold it up and press the soil around it. Oh wow, look at that. That is so beautiful, oh my goodness. All right, and now I'm going for the Fiesta. And the Fiesta should probably go in the center. The Fiesta is gonna, the Aeonium is gonna, it's gonna grow tall. And it's probably gonna grow nice and wide. The rosettes get super wide. They can get really, really big actually. And it'll probably start taking over the pot, meaning that it'll start covering everything else with the rosette, but it'll be okay. So it's gonna do a deeper well here because that's it already has a long stem and it's a pup. So I'm gonna lay it down there. Oh, look at that. You see how it adds like that? It's like so dramatic, right? Oh, I mean, whoever named this Aeonium, the Fiesta, I mean, that is a perfect name for it. There we go. All right. So now I'm gonna go for, I kind of want to put some sedum here because I see this hole here. So I'm gonna take one of these clusters apart and I'll do it right over here. Hopefully you can watch what I'm doing. And I'm gonna just, and this is a really dry cluster. I've had it on top of my potting bench for a while. Oopsie, got a cat. All right, there we go. So I kind of just split it in half. I'm gonna take a little of that soil. I'm gonna make a well very carefully here, not to disrupt those roots that I've buried under, those string of pearls roots. And I'm gonna get my little cluster. I'm gonna pop it right in there. You know, sedum is a perfect plant to use as a filler. Because as you can see, I had a little hole there and it filled it up nicely. Perfect. All right. Gonna add a little more soil. Press it in there. And look at that. Normal, no more hole. Now we've got a little sedum patch right there. And I think I should put the other sedum right over here, the little other half, right by the Fiesta. Fiesta. Just want to say it over and over, right? All right. Now gently, and I'm going to do a little deeper well there because I don't want to disrupt this root ball because, I mean, this succulent is already pretty fragile, pretty delicate. So I don't want to take it apart because then it's just kind of impossible to bring it back together again. Okay, so very gently press that in, press that soil around it. There's some bark in here that I'll just take off. All right. Perfect. Oh, that's so cute. All right, so I got to keep on going, keep on going. All right, so I've got this other gorgeous string of pearls, not string of pearls, purple pearl. And I think it's going to be perfect for this spot right here. I'm going to kind of push that Aeonium, adjust my Violet Queen very gently. And actually, the root ball on the purple pearl isn't as big as I thought it was. So I'm going to add some soil, actually. A little more soil. There we go. And place it right in there. Okay, I pressed it gently down there, making sure that those roots are in there. Ooh, so cute. Oh, yes, I love it. I love it. So now, you see how I can fill these little holes here? I'm going to use more of the sedum. So I'm going to take this out of its pot. And I squeeze the pot around just to loosen it up, and then I gently pull it. Here we go. And I'll do the same as I did with the other one, very carefully. Ugh. Split it in half, and oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna just not mess with it too much. I'm gonna try and keep it together. Ooh, You see what I mean? When it starts to fall apart, it's so small that if you mess with it too much, the little leaves start to just pop off so easily. Oh. Okay, so with one hand here, I'm gonna make a little well. I'm gonna fill that little hole there. Oof. Okay, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Okay. Oh, man. Can I pull it off? Oh, God, it's falling apart on me. Come on, little sedum. Okay, you see? I'm gonna anchor it down with some more soil. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't stay upright, if it starts to just kind of fall down like that, that's fine. As long as it's all planted in there, once I give it some water, because it's lacking water, it's so dry, it'll pick itself up and recover. So I'm not too worried about that. And now for this little hole here, actually, I'll add one more little patch here. I'm being so brave now. Whoa, being super ambitious. Okay, so with my knitting needle, I'll make the hole, make the well, because I see another hole there that I can fill. And boom, okay, I did it. I'm gonna anchor it down with some more soil so that empty space isn't there anymore. Okay, all right, I think I'm happy with that. All right, great. So now, all I have left is this hole right here. And I'm gonna fill up with the rest of the sedum, and I'm so happy that I was able to use all of the succulents. And I'm going to gently press that in. And hopefully it'll stay upright just like that. Anchor it down with more soil. Okay. Whew. You know, it's a little difficult to work with super fragile plants like this sedum here, but it's totally worth it, because it might look like, well, it is super fragile, but once it starts to settle in and the roots really, you know, get into that soil and make it their home, they're pretty strong little plants. You'll be surprised how strong they are, actually. So now I'm gonna get my big brush here. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna brush off some of that soil away. Oh, 'cause it'll look a lot better here, not surrounded by all that soil. Now I'm gonna grab my little blush brush and gently brush some of that soil out of there. Some succulents got some soil on top of them. Oh, you see those string of pearls? That string of pearl little patch there will grow nice and healthy, hopefully, and it'll start to trail over the planter. Still with the sedum here that looks kind of sad. This is the only one that looks kind of sad right there. It's okay, but I'll brush my rim off so we can see the rim. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that is so cute. I think it came out just nice. You know, I kind of winged it. I kind of always wing my arrangements. I kind of always like have an idea, but this one I didn't have an idea at all. So this was a super wing arrangement, if that makes sense. Super wing. There we go. Oh, look at that. And I'll bring it a little closer to the camera just so you can see it. Look at that. How pretty is that? Oh, I'm going to turn it. And it fits in my hand. I love any planter that fits in the palm of my hand, for sure. Oh, look at that. So, so pretty, especially that Fiesta, Fiesta. It just makes you happy. Oh, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I brought a smile to your face, like I said before. And maybe you can try a little arrangement like this on your own today. Until next time, bye garden friends.